All right. All right. So we are gonna we've already completed the opening statement, and then now we're going to move into financial challenges and our mission. These two slides, okay, predominantly with some mindset here, and then the first credibility slide. Okay, and so I've added this to my presentation. Like I said, when we're fully through, we will have all of it here. So we have introed ourselves. We've done our transition statement. By the way, has anyone done any financial work for you? When they haven't, we've gone through that. And now we're going to go through the financial challenges. So in our old presentation, just to give you a little bit of insight, in our old presentation, we had 2 slides with financial statistics. And one was, understanding what was happening in the economy. And the second was how financial companies have responded. We've tried to consolidate that because we have introduced another slide where we really attack the financial institutions. And I wanted to consolidate. I personally feel less is better. So when we're reading the statistics, okay, I want everybody to understand this. And I do feel you should read them now. Okay, before sometimes I wouldn't even read them. I would just say, hey, how bad is it financially? What is my purpose? What's my intent when I'm going through the slide? Number one, I want people to understand there's a huge need. There's a lot of people that need help. There's a lot of people struggling, especially on the recruiting side. The market is just unlimited. It's an unlimited market. We're not dealing in a niche market. We're not dealing with just people that are health conscious, just women, just men, just old, just young. We're dealing with the overwhelming majority of people and the number one concerns that they have. This is not seasonal. It's not retail dependent. Not only good for a season. It's not good only if, the weather's good. It's not a jet ski business. There's so many things going on here. Now, you're not going to say that it's going to come out of you. It's going to permeate from you. There is a huge need. Unlimited, massive, giant need. Everybody needs this help. Okay, then also, what does it mean for the client? As a client, as a family that's sitting on the other side of your screen, that is, has just checked their phone and checked their bank account, or just got an alert saying they owe somebody money, or just realized their child needs to do something and it's going to cost them money. Okay, whatever it is, they're not alone. They are not alone. Most people have the same issues that they have. They are not alone. And there is nothing to be embarrassed about. That is a little contradictory, because sometimes, and it's a very careful tightrope you have to walk, sometimes you have to guard against people's arrogance. Okay, so sometimes you're doing that too, right? If somebody's a little bit high and mighty, you may have to throw, I don't want to use these words, but it's true. You might have to be a little passive aggressive in certain things, and hopefully they'll get the point that, indirectly you're speaking about them. Okay. But ultimately the reason why people do not get financial help is they are embarrassed. All right. They are pride. They have, they're prideful. And we don't want people to feel judged, because the overwhelming majority of people, if they feel judged or they're embarrassed, they're not going to move forward, because they feel hopeless. They feel helpless. They don't think they can get better. They think they're destined to be broke. They think that, this is not for me. It's only for people that were, born a certain way, or they catch all the breaks. That's not me. I'm not like that. And then they start justifying their poverty, right? And it's a very vicious cycle. And we're there to help them. And sometimes, before you can even help, you have to connect. And so emotions are a very big part of it. We do not want people to feel like they're the only ones going through this. That's why a lot of times I share my story, and I say I was broke before I got here, right? I mean, I was making all the wrong financial decisions, and I had no reason to be broke. I was just completely idiotic financially. And so I want them to feel that. And then I read the statistics, right? And so I do read them. Especially now. Let me see if I can. There we go. And so I'll read these statistics, and I'll say, nearly 8 in 10 workers report living paycheck to paycheck. Nearly 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 in saving. The average U.S. household carries a credit card balance of $16,883. The average life insurance coverage gap is $495,000 per household. 45% of Americans say they have less than $25,000 in savings and investments put away for retirement. So depending on a few factors, I may even elaborate a little bit more on the statistics. Okay, not long, but I don't want to just remember, when you read a menu, right, and go think about, pull up a menu online, or when you go there, you can see some of the restaurants and how they describe their food. This, smoked salmon with this, and it's tantalizing and all this stuff, and it comes alive. They could just say it's dead fish, right? They could say that. They don't. So your words are important. And sometimes the words may not resonate with the people until you got to make the words come a little more alive. For the life insurance coverage gap, sometimes I'll bring up GoFundMe right there. I'll just say, have you ever heard of GoFundMe? Do you ever see GoFundMes? And I want to see that. Yeah, I do. I've seen a lot, oh my gosh. I sometimes I just want to see if they're engaged. Say, if people don't have anything saved for retirement, what does that mean? They're going to work forever. Right. I want them to understand a little bit about what I'm saying. 17,000. I mean, how long do you think it'd take to pay off $17,000 of credit card debt? Now, got to be careful here. Okay, I want you to really understand this. This is why I'm going through a lot on this slide. Okay, the introduction of the appointment is very, very important. You can't beat people down too much. Like I said, depending on if I'm getting an arrogant feel, then I might ask a few more questions. I just want to see if we can connect on a certain issue, if they're giving me anything that I can kind of latch onto. If I go in and they're pleasant, they already have given me a lot of buying signals already, I may just, I'm not going to say glance over it, but I'm not going to go through everything in such detail. So this is something that you got to understand. In the beginning, if you're worried about it, go through it. Go through everything. If you don't know, I would err on the side of actually going through the words then. Our mission. Okay. Now let me go back to my other PowerPoint. Show you our notes. So I used to tell the, and right after the financial challenges, I might just give a little bit of an industry commentary. I'll say, the financial institutions, they're only making it worse. Companies only care about profits. People are doing worse. People, as you see, they're not doing well financially, but financial companies are having record profits and they're doing amazing. They really only care about themselves. They don't care about people. I just might touch on that. Okay. Because we have another slide later that we're going to attack them. And we talk about how financial institutions, as we've done the training before, have failed us. Banks, financial institutions only work with wealthy people, things like that, right? So then when we get to our mission statement, and this is just me. I'm open for this. If you'd like to discuss this with me, not now, but you can do it with me on Telegram. You can call me as well. This is just where I am with the presentation. I feel, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the founder of our company. I used to go through a little bit of a dialogue on our company and how our company was founded. And I do like that our company was founded by a teacher. And I do love the story of our company. I mean that. I believe the company. I'm not sure 100% if it's resonating with the clients. That's all. Yeah, I want everybody to understand that. And then I'm losing a little bit on the mission statement, where the mission statement has to resonate with the client. It has to. There's only a handful of slides before we get into the dirty work. Still, before we start talking about insurance. And so making some adjustments to the financial GPS and other things, I've made some adjustments on this slide, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I know Jen asked a question last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, when we went through something on where we talk about financial independence. So I made an adjustment here. So our mission, and I'll read the mission statement. Our mission is become, help you become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. And I'll ask, how many people need that help? I want to see if they're like everyone. We definitely do. I want to see what type of feedback I get. Okay. Then I'm going to go into, I want to hear what kind of minor agreement they're going to give me. And then I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on the mission. We believe everyone deserves the best of what's available in the financial industry, not just the wealthy. Now, I want everybody to pay attention right here, okay? There is an element where our company is Robin Hood, right? You're stealing from the rich to help the poor. You're doing all that stuff, okay? The overwhelming majority of our clients, they're going to appreciate that, okay? But there's two other types of people. Number one, there's people that do well. We do not want to alienate them. And two, there's other people like me, especially when I first started in the business, that want to do well and want to do wealthy and have no conflictions about doing well financially. And so you want to be very careful to never demonize wealthy people, because some people want to be wealthy and some of your clients are wealthy. And we don't want to alienate those people. You know, some people, they like, and they don't even have to be wealthy. Some people like brand names. Some people like upper echelon. They like a higher standard of buying things, of quality, paying for it. They take pride in the things that they own. And we don't want to alienate those people. It's very, 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 very important. Okay. We believe everyone deserves the best of what's available in the financial industry, not the wealthy. And I might say something, but hey, we serve everybody. Some, wealthy. It depends. It's a very, very tricky thing. It depends. If I feel like they are wealthy, for I've gotten something, I got their address. I mean, I do a lot of stuff we do virtually. I Googled them or something, whatever it is. I do a lot of research on clients. All right, a lot. Came from referral. We have many wealthy clients. We serve wealthy people as well, but we're available. We help middle income families. That's our target market. We have many wealthy clients that want to work with us because we don't charge fees. We don't have any additional fees, whatever it is, right? Properly protected. So I'm going to touch on the three things that we talk about to help you become properly protected, because we know life is life. And in an instant, things change. People can die, lose jobs, accidents happen. So doesn't it make sense to protect all the people and things that mean so much to you? Just a minor agreement question right there. Debt-free. Step 2 is becoming completely debt-free. No mortgages, no car loans, no student loans, credit cards, no medical bills, nothing. How great would life be if you didn't owe anybody anything? And then financial independence. This is where we're going to bring up financial independence and what does financial independence mean to you. Normally we do that on Money GPS. We're introducing new things that we're going to be talking about there. This is where we're going to talk about it. What does financial independence mean to you? Let them answer. They might say, pay my bills, paying off my debt, being comfortable, sending my kids to college, not having to worry about money, owning this home. You get a clear picture of what they're thinking about financially, what their money consciousness is, what their goals are. Are they thriving? Are they surviving? A little bit of both. You have succeeded, and then you're going to talk about it, right? So say I talk to Tanya and she says to me, I want to put my kids in college, or I want to, pay off my home, or I want to stop working, whatever she says. Absolutely. Say financial independence. You've succeeded financially. You've done the right things. You've reached your financial goals. You're comfortable. You can live life on your terms. Just a brief second. Then we go to the credibility slide. Now, our company, founded (41 years ago, 40, whatever it is, sorry, not 41, what are we, 44? 44 years ago. With that concept of teaching people about money, helping people, serving families, we've created the largest financial services company. We're the leading provider of financial products to middle income families. That statistics obviously off will change that. We're at, the quarterly report, we're 134,000 representatives. We'll put that in there, listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Like I said, we've been in business since 1977. We have approximately 5 million lives insured and more than 2 million investment clients. Okay, so that is how we build the momentum there. That is how we talk about the financial challenges, our mission. We talk to them a little bit about the mission statement, and then we roll right into the credibility. And then we will go to the bridge, which we already covered 2 weeks ago. All right, let me check this chat. All right, I'll open it up. If you're, district leader above, you can ask a question. If you're not a district leader above, you can ask your trainer, and they can determine if your question, they'll ask it or they'll answer it themselves. Anybody have any questions? District leaders and up. Okay, pretty simple today. Just a couple slides. We will be on tomorrow at 9:30. Remember, always remember, Saturday is all about setting appointments. One thing, and I'll leave with this. I've been talking to a few people about leverage, okay, and understanding leverage, and having daily goals and activity goals, right? So, one thing we used to do a long time ago when we would meet in person and we have a daytime office environment is we'd all get together and we'd come to the office and we'd spend 2 to 3 hours in the office in the morning. Okay? I believe you're most productive in the morning. I believe when you tackle your most important things, that you win your morning, the day becomes a little bit easier. You get some momentum. Your energy's flowing. You've knocked out some important things. You feel more productive, all those things. So I personally like to, anything that I do, if I wait till the end of the day, it just doesn't work well for me. It's not I can wrestle myself and say, oh, I can just do it tomorrow. It's only 12 hours, it's only 18 hours later. It's not a big deal. So the mornings are very, very important. I built my entire career working 3 hours a day in the morning. And then I continue to work, but those 3 hours were the most important. It was gold. It was a vault. How important I thought those first 3 hours were. Now, we would get together and we did a lot of recruiting during the day, and then we do appointments at night. So we bought into the philosophy as recruit by day, sell at night. And we do a lot of recruiting activity. We invite to the op meeting, to training, for interviews. We conduct interviews during the day. And so say, me and a few other people, me and 5 people, we get to the office every single day. And we had a goal, it was to book 5 interviews every day. And I have 5 of us there, and our goal was to set 25. And I knew if I had a team, my business set 25 interviews that day. And see, if I didn't actually show up there and then 2 or 3 people didn't show up, we wouldn't set anything. And I've lost all my leverage, all of it. And I think about, some of the things that we do in our virtual office, and people come in and they don't have a goal. You can tell they don't have a goal. They don't have a daily goal. They don't know what they're doing every single day. They don't, you could book one interview a day, and in a month you book 30, or you could book one a month, and then, in 30 months you book 30, right? You got to compress these timeframes. You got to have a daily goal. You got to be, community is very important here. And, if you can work together with 2 or 3 people, and you can say, hey, you know what? Our goal as a little team, as a unit, as a squad is we're going to set up 10, things today. Did we do it? I'm counting on you. Therese, did you do your 3? I'm going to do 4. Did you, people perform, man. They'll do these things. My son, he loves to volunteer. I love it. He's so into just volunteering and public service and all these things already. He's just very into it. I didn't teach him this. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. He's just really into it. So he's like volunteering to do all these video things for the school. And I want to help set it up. And, I'm proud of him because he like takes his responsibility very serious. You got to get the video in by like whatever it is, 6 o'clock that day. And he does it. And he's like all freaked out if he does. I'm like, whatever. It can be. And he's like, no, Daddy, I can't be late. I got to do it. They're counting on me. Like, good for you, man. Good for you. You're part of a group. You said you do something. You do it on time. He's freaking 10. He understands it. Right. And the problem is it's so hard to manage yourself. I get that. I promise you. I get it. But if you can work part of a little team, right? Like, you lose all your strength when you're just by yourself, man. It's very hard to do this. But if you're with 3 other people and say, hey, man, what are we going to do tomorrow? Right? Like we do this thing. And I'm talking about this because like Saturday after training, right? Like, people are excited. They've learned new material. You have some people, you guys have a brand new rack of new people in our Saturday class. And after training, you just let them go. Like, it's just so stupid. Get on whatever environment that you need to get on and set up meetings and get on the phone while you're excited and set up meetings. Send out your messages. Okay. I prefer to get on the phone because if you can actually call somebody, or text them directly and set up a meeting hey, we have a goal. We're going to set up 20 and you be part of that goal. You make a commitment. This business doesn't magically happen. You make it happen by setting your appointments up every single week. And you corral your team and you say, okay, we're going to get together. We got 30 minutes. How did you do? And you ask and you inspect it. And then the 3 of us, we set 15 or 20. And then they start feeling part of that. And this can work in every aspect of your business and in your life. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Like in a couple months in April, right? In My Faith, we fast. And we do that as a community because it's hard, man. It's hard not to eat. It's hard not to drink during the day. It's hard not to, raise your voice. It's hard to do these things. I mean, for 30 days, you get tired. I mean that. But then you see people and you open fast together and you open with your family members. You talk to your mom, you text them, oh, we only got 1 hour left. And you do all these things and it's cool because you're not suffering by yourself. And then we set up these meals and we say, okay, hey, what are you going to bring? What are you going to bring? Okay, I'm going to bring this. And you come in and it's fun. And you make this work fun. Because this is a lot of work. But when you're doing it with other people, but when you go out on your own, it's just you lose all your power. You're making this business really hard. I mean, the fact that we have whatever it is, so many little groups of people here and teams. No one ever, always remember this, anything hard in life, okay, and I'm not trying to get too deep here, but anything that's difficult for people, one of the worst things to feel is like you're doing anything alone. That sucks. I've never been like that. That's why I've always been a great recruiter because I never like doing things on my own, right? If I'm suffering, I want to know, hey, how did you deal with it, right? How did you deal with this? How did this work for you? I'll talk to, T and say, hey, when you said Thomas, when your son is this, what did you do? Is it normal to feel, violent tendencies with your children every day? Yes, it is. Okay, good. I feel good. Okay, I feel great. And you got through. Okay, your son's done well. Okay, good. You learn these things because other people have been there. They've done it. You're not going through it alone. Get through it together, man. You want to scurry out. It's not going to help you set those appointments. And always remember, I always say this to people. If you have a problem, I'm offering you a solution to the problem. You don't got to take it, but you still got the problem. I'm telling you, here's the blood pressure medication. You don't got to take it, but you still got high blood pressure. You need to diet. You need to exercise. You need to drink water. You need to do this. I'm not going to do it. Okay, but your blood pressure is not going to go away. It's still there. So you don't have to listen to me. You still got to make those appointments. You still got to grow those number of appointments that you're setting. Commit to somebody, commit something. Even if you got 2 or 3 people, that's enough. One person's enough. You and one other is enough. You and your upline is enough. Now, preferably it's you and your group and your downline. But if you need to do it through your sat, hey man, let's start a streak. Let's see how many days in a row we can do this, and do it, and have fun with it, and see how long you can go. And this works with almost anything, anything that you do. The power of we is so important. So tomorrow, right? We're on at 9:30. We'll do our announcements. We'll do our Top Gun. We'll talk about the trip, all the stuff that we do. Then we'll break up in our classrooms. And then afterwards, set up your appointments. Just so you know, tomorrow is February 20th. We will only have, give or take a couple days, a week left. Many of you, and I'm proud of you, you did well in January, but that was years ago. And that's a huge mental lapse if you do well in January and then take off February. Consistency is the key to life, right? You don't overcome years. I talk about this. You don't overcome years of eating bad by one good workout. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. It doesn't. It's every day, man. You got to do, and that's the key. So let's get after it tomorrow. Do the right things at the right times. Get with your group. Commit. Have some accountability. Set up your appointments. Go chase your promotions, your production, all that stuff, and we will have a great month end and a great train tomorrow. All right. Appreciate you guys. See everybody later.